Hi guys, thanks for coming back to my channel today. Today I am going to be sharing with you my November reading wrap up and my December TBR. If you missed it, my last video on the channel was pretty exciting. It was a decorate my Christmas tree with me, so I'll have that link down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out, and I have a little bit more holiday content coming your way. But for now, let's get into my reading updates. So in the month of November, I sadly only finished 2 books. Work picked up like crazy and I was just super busy and very worn out all the time, and with Thanksgiving and everything. Anyways, so I only got to 2 books. The first book I finished in the month of November was The Bourbon Kings by J.R. Ward. I actually listened to this audiobook at work, and it's about a very wealthy and well-to-do family in Lexington, Kentucky, and they have their own bourbon company, and there's a lot of scandal and mystery and just all kinds of stuff go on, just like a typical J.R. Ward book. If you don't know, I'm also reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, which she wrote, and it's fantastic. But this book had the same kind of drama, but a very different plot and setting. And the only thing that I didn't like about it was actually the narrator of the audiobook. It was narrated by a man, and the southern accent was maybe just a bit too much. And I mean, I have a southern accent because I'm from Tennessee, but I just didn't think theirs was a little bit too put on. And it felt weird to read that from a man's point of view also. I'm not really sure. I know the main character is a man, but anyways, I did really like the story, and I do want to continue on with the series, but we'll see if I choose to listen to it or to read the physical book. And the second and last book that I finished in the month of November was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. This is the 4th book in the Harry Potter series. If you don't know, I am reading the Harry Potter series for the very first time ever in my life. So reading the 4th book, this one was over 700 pages long. I mean, it's quite big, so that is quite an achievement for 1 month of reading. But I did finish it, and I was pretty surprised there are like complete storylines that were left out of the movie at this point. Like the whole storyline with Hermione and the house elves and stuff like that. But I also felt like, I know watching the movies, you can tell that the movies get darker as they go on, but reading the book almost magnifies that, and learning more about the story with Voldemort and him coming back to power and everything was very powerful, very prominent, and darker in the book, I think, than even it is in the movie. But I really enjoyed this Harry Potter book, and I can't wait to continue on reading this series. It'll probably be January before I get to another Harry Potter book though. So those are the 2 books I read in November, and now I want to share with you the book that I'm currently reading, which is Lover Revealed by J.R. Ward. This is the 4th book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. It is a series about a vampire brotherhood, and each book is about one of the different brothers. And this book is actually about Butch, who is a human former cop who gets dragged into the Brotherhood kind of during the first novel. So we've been waiting for a little while to get his story. So I'm about halfway through it right now. It's really good. Like, every time I read a Black Dagger Brotherhood book, I'm just like, okay, where are we gonna go with this storyline? And then J.R. Ward just like takes you in a direction that you never thought it would go. But I'm loving this story, and that's what I'm currently reading. And so now I'm going to share with you my December TBR. To meet my Goodreads goal, I think, of 30 books for the year, I have to read 4 books in the month of December. Lover Revealed will be my first book, and so I've got 3 more to read to at least meet my goal, which I had a very rocky start at the beginning of 2019 with reading. So I'm meeting my goal and I will be happy, but next year I hope to read even more. So after I finish Lover Revealed, I plan on reading Turn Around Bright Eyes by Rob Sheffield. And I actually picked this out of my TBR jar basket. It's this thing right here. Last month, but obviously I didn't get to it. But this is kind of a memoir type autobiography. Rob Sheffield is a contributing editor to Rolling Stone magazine, and he writes a lot about movies, TV, music, pop culture, and obviously this one is about, it says the rituals of love and karaoke, and I think this kind of tells his love story, but kind of based around different songs, like different karaoke songs. And obviously Turn Around Bright Eyes is an, you know, throwback to the 80s, which I absolutely adore 80s music. But so I'm kind of excited to read this. It'll be a different type of genre for me. It's not technically fiction, so I'm really excited to read this. And fun fact, I actually got this book at the Dollar Tree for $1, so don't be afraid to go check out the Dollar Tree if you're looking for books. And the next book I hope to read in the month of December is The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp. This is the movie cover edition. And the movie, I've actually owned the movie and I've seen it a few times, but it has Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller in it they're both from the Divergent series, and the movie is really good. Kind of tells about this hotshot big guy in high school, Miles, or not Miles, that's the guy who plays him, but the character's name is Sutter Keeley, and you know, people just expect him to be like super cool and popular all the time, but he meets Amy and they kind of, this tells the story of their like becoming friends, and there's obviously a love story there too. But I'm really excited to read this book. Like I said, I've seen the movie a few times, so I'm really excited, and it's a relatively short read, so I'm hoping that it'll be really good and fast. And the last book that I'm going to read in the month of December is actually a book that I was sent for review from the publisher, and that is Annalise Rising by Brenda Drake. So I signed up to do a book tour for this book, so be sure to stay tuned for my blog post for that. I think it's on January 6th, but I'll double check. So I'll be reading and reviewing this book between now and then, and it sounds very interesting. The main character is kind of going through life, and then she gets handed a list of names by this guy like before he dies, and her name is on the list. Come to find out that she has like a hidden powers, and she has to go through this big journey, and there's like a war going on, and then she has to learn how to save the world from herself. Like, I think she might end up being part of the bad reason that things are happening. I'm not really sure, but it sounds very intense, but it does say that there is a romantic storyline in it, so I think that'll be good as well. So I'm really excited to read that, and think it'll be a little bit of a different read for me. So there are my current reading updates. Let me know what you're currently reading in the comments below. I would love to hear, and give me any book recommendations you have, your most anticipated releases of 2019. I would love to hear. But thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.